There actually is one way the LA protests are like the January 6th insurrection. Trump incited the violence both times, and that says a lot about how he maintains power and control. Trump's rally on January 6th has largely been cited as the inflection point to where supporters got violent. He encouraged them to fight like hell and to march to the Capitol after lying about the election being stolen, and then we know what happened. Remember, he was impeached for a second time by the House for the incitement of the insurrection, even though he was later acquitted by the Senate. So while Trump himself didn't storm the Capitol, his hands stirred the pot. The same goes for the LA protests. Despite what we now see in mass media, they didn't start violent. They mostly started with protest against mass ICE raids and gatherings around warehouses where ICE was reported, aside from a few isolated incidents which local authorities said the police could handle. Things took a turn after Trump escalated the situation by calling protesters animals and foreign enemies and threatened more force and violence via military involvement. And that's how peaceful protests turned into this, because he intensified and inflamed the situation. Trump is the common denominator because violence is how he gets power. It comes right out of the authoritarian playbook. The only difference in how he handles these situations is the aftermath, i.e. if you're pardoned or arrested and deported. Violent remarks against progressives rally his base and distract from problems real people face, like the current big ugly bill. His violence also demonizes his opponents and attempts to scare protesters into silence. Either way, it's creating more division, which is authoritarianism 101. Keep us turning against each other while Trump and his rich friends create a dictatorship.